And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. And Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock God Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup right here next to Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Boy, what a show we have today. From Wicked Tuna, we have Captains Dave Marciano and Paul Hebert, and the one and only president of Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea, Harold Davis. Going to be quite the show today, and we're going to be celebrating some great stuff. So you stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090.
You've heard all about it. You know the anglers catching fish have it, so what's holding you back? It's a fact. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. You can get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com is for everyone, whether you have your own boat, fish on your friend's boat, or a sport boat. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. So bottom line is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, you're probably missing a lot of bites. Membership costs less than $50 of gas, and that's for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, use the special code to save $20 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Your San Diego County Ford dealer knows that vehicles are not one size fits all, and they have a variety to choose from to suit your individual wants and needs. Looking for a truck to handle both work and play? The legendary F-150 has you covered with its military-grade aluminum alloy body and high-strength steel frame and smart technology, like the available Pro Trailer Backup Assist to help you back up your boat with the turn of a dial. Or do you need a vehicle that's ready for your next adventure? The Ford Ranger is standing by, so grab your gear and let's go. This adventure-ready truck has an available terrain management system that has 4 selectable drive modes depending on what terrain you're on for optimum performance. Is an SUV more your speed? No problem. Your San Diego County Ford dealers have those too. The 2020 Ford Explorer has been completely redesigned inside and out and has available third-row power-fold seats to easily accommodate more passengers or cargo and available twin-panel moonroof to let the outdoors in. Visit buyfordnow.com to learn more or visit your nearest San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Show today, we're going to be talking some, not just tuna, we're talking some wicked tuna.
Yeah, wicked tuna. Yeah, great to have you back, Ricky. And, boy, has the world headquarters ever been loaded with talent here like this,
I don't think so, buddy.
This is pretty cool having Paul Hebert and Dave Marciano together. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning,
First of all,
Pete.
thank you guys for coming out here west and helping out Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea. We're just elated that you're here, and I know your chauffeur and banana keeper here, Harold Davis, has been taking good care of you. Has Harold been taking good care of you?
Oh, yeah, very good, just like always.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the significance of the bananas? They came in with bananas this morning. So.
We wanted to give you some
Paul
luck.
came in with bananas, not me.
Good,
right?
is it good luck, or is that right?
I'd throw him out of the car if he showed up.
Yeah.
We rode in separate cars just for that reason.
I was stuffing him in his tailpipe. He came upstairs.
Oh, yeah. So, great show. 10th season, is that right?
Yeah.
Can you
finished the
believe
10th
Can you
season last
believe
year,
that,
yeah.
huh?
Good job, you guys.
Yeah, it's been
And when we
fantastic.
get back, we're going to begin filming season 11 pretty much just a few days after we get back.
No, so this is the time of the year you guys film.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Well, we
Roughly
usually the
mid-July.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did bump us up on it, but that's another story altogether.
Yeah, and still remains the most popular show on National Geographic.
It's the highest rated show.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
The
to be
number
a
of
part
people
it.
that watch, I mean, I witnessed this when we went to Maui with Maui Jim
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, or a few years ago, and witnessed the number of people all across the country that are big fans of yours.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever get tired of that?
No, it's actually part of the job.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
actually, thanks to them,
Exactly.
that we're still on.
Yeah.
It's
Because of the fans.
Opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh,
and
for
yes,
sure.
we both have days, like everybody have days where you don't want to do that stuff. But, the truth is, without folks who watch, none of it would be possible, right? So you always try and remember that, to take a few seconds to say thank you doesn't kill you, as hard as it is some days. Most people are very good. And, it is mind-blowing, not only, in this country, it's Nat Geo's #1 show in 151 countries in
151 countries.
48 different languages.
No way.
right?
Really?
I've got, we have a public email on our website, angelicafisheries.com, and so anybody can reach out to me. And, I've gotten fan letters through email from countries like Pakistan.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We get from
real close.
Right. So it's pretty mind blowing how the wide reach of the show. It's even reflected in our charters. I mean, I've had charter clients from Australia, Japan, Germany. Last year we had a couple. They were dairy farmers from some island off the coast of France that I never even knew existed.
Wow.
And they're coming to Boston. Obviously, because Boston is big in the international travel world. And so it may not be the only reason they come here, but now because of the show, they're like, well, if we're going to be in Boston, we want to get up to Gloucester to see those Wicked Tuna guys. And I'm sure Paul sees the same thing down his dock that I do. People from all over show up.
That's so cool. So you guys, that's kind of big part of your business is you're actually taking people fishing now to the Bluefin Tuna grounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you book a charter with you guys?
I have a new website. It's wickedpissafishing.com. So
and you can do it through the website.
They do it right through the website. They
and
can book it, pick their own
on the
day,
website.
go on the calendar, pick up their own days, send a deposit, and it's boom, done.
That's cool.
And also, my website is angelicafisheries.com. Now, just to highlight, too, not only do we do tuna trips, tuna for us is a portion of the year. It's a season.
Yeah.
June 1st till roughly Thanksgiving. They can also do our local bottom fishing, which is not nearly as exciting as some of this West Coast fishing. But for us in New England, in April when that fishery opens, we have people who've been cooped up all winter in the snow, right? So it's a way to finally get out fishing. The bottom fishing, again, it's not terribly exciting like this West Coast fishing. It's basically you're fishing deep water with a big, heavy sinker, 20-ounce sinker.
You're active all day.
That's kind of what we do in the winter here.
A high-low rig. It's kind of like, I think, similar to what you guys do when you go do the rock fishing here.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no epic runs. There's no, you drop it down, and when conditions good, you're catching them two at a time. And, but it's a great way to get out. It's very popular and very good eating fish. So you'll also see the difference on our sites that you can do either or. You can go tuna, and we offer a range of options. We offer 4-hour trips as part of our thing for those folks who may not want to go out, and do the whole 12 hours on the boat for a tuna trip. We offer 9-hour bottom fishing trips, and then we offer the ultimate, the tuna fishing trip. So it's all on the website for either one of us.
That's really cool.
Paul, yours was Wicked
Piss of Fishing.
Was it wickedpissafishing.com?
Yep.
All right, and mine is angelicafisheries.com.
That's cool. That sounds like fun. So let's talk about the show and what happened this 10th season.
Last year, it was a very good year. I mean, it was
that was during COVID.
It was during COVID. Yeah.
And so
the beginning of it, we were going out fishing wearing masks.
Yeah,
but those didn't last long.
And then the prices,
the wind blew them.
Prices were way down. Is that because of the Japanese market wasn't available?
The market, people don't. They keep forgetting that when COVID hit, nobody was buying tuna fish.
Right. Yeah,
there were no restaurants.
Oh, sure.
Or any seafood.
Anything at all.
And that not only was that a global issue, especially domestically in the U.S. market, that not just tuna, but any seafood that's roughly, this is ballpark figures, but 40% of the demand for seafood is to supply restaurants so people can go out and get their fish sticks or their fried fish or whatever it is, or the bars that no longer serving sushi. That was a huge part of the seafood demand. Again, not just for tuna.
Sure.
It was a lot, like we all saw the news stories about millions of pounds of potatoes being dumped because the restaurants weren't serving French fries, right?
Yeah.
So it was all issues like that was related to that drop in demand in seafood.
Yeah.
Now, some of the good things that came out of it.
Yes,
there was good things, right? Like this year, you'll see me selling my fish domestically, right?
Oh.
Now, it's a different spin. We've signed a contract with a local buyer. We're going to get a set price. We've agreed on a set price per pound for a season.
No matter how much fat content.
Right, none of that, right? But we've agreed on a set price. The difference is rather than shooting for gold on that Asian market,
sure,
right? Just like some of you may have done the same deal with your fuel supplier, right? Or your home heating.
I know a lot of the guys do that here with fuel.
Right.
Yeah.
You reach an agreement for the season, and here's the price. Now I'll buy from you for the whole year, right?
Price might be super high, and maybe you lose a few bucks, but price might be super low, and you're gaining.
What's interesting, though, is because a way a lot of guys survived COVID was distributing fish through a middleman because you have to have the proper permits. We can't just sell these fish off the boats like some fishery. The way the tuna fishery works, it's got to go to a federally licensed buyer. So it can be tracked, obviously. But this buyer, will have our fish available at all the local, the farmers markets, things like that, right? So this fish will be distributed locally to the local communities. And I think that's one way. Over time, we're going to get the
domestic market.
We're going to get the domestic market stronger.
Yeah,
and that's what we need, right? Sometimes the international market has changed dynamically with the pen raise phenomenon and Japanese farming their own tuna now. That's changed the price structure.
Sure,
getting those big scores is getting harder and harder.
Right.
So I'm a big fan. Look, we have a lot of fish eaters in this country, and I think we just need to promote the product better. So that may be one of the angles you see my boat take this year in the show, and it'll be interesting because, again, you'll have everybody else going for the big gamble, right? Or, every time we can come in, we're going to know our price.
Who's going to make the bottom line? That's at the end of the season, you'll know, right?
What will the numbers look like? Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
When you ship, if you catch a real nice bluefin and you know it's beautiful, when you go in and you tell the buyer you want to ship this fish, you got to pay for icing, packing, shipping, auction house cost, the dealer cost, over the dock handling fee.
Yeah.
Half of that fish, say you get $20 on auction.
Yeah.
You're only going to get $9 or $10 back to the boat.
The boat, yeah. And the demand for sashimi grade tuna in Japan is unbelievable. I mean, I've been to the Toyosu fish market.
It's high right now.
It's crazy.
But once the fish farmers, because they catch all these tuna, and they feed them for 3 months. Once they send them to Japan, like 500 pieces, our price goes way down. They don't need our fish.
Plus, you got the Canadian fishery, who Canada has their own
and they have a fishery in Europe.
Right. And each country has the right to persecute the fishery as they see fit. Right. Now, Canada is not stupid. They like to wait till all the U.S. Once the U.S. fishermen catch all their fish, and once we've shot our load, so to speak, they start shipping the fish. Look, it's simple. They're not dumb. Well, why do we want to dump fish in an already abundant market, right? So it's one of the things at times I wish we would consider in this country, but managing our fishery becomes complicated at best, especially when you have 300 fishermen like Paul or I out there, and if you put them in the same room to try and agree on what we do for a year.
Very difficult.
You can't get those 300 guys to agree that the sky is blue. So talking about regulations and what we should do for the fishery becomes impossible. But I have faith that, little by little, we do make good decisions. It's just, it's a difficult process, but ultimately we have a fully rebuilt resource. So the process is working. So let's start with that. We have good fishing, and we know that. We have a great future for our fishery. over time, we'll figure out the best way to market that fishery, I believe.
Yeah, and same out here. They've done a great job of managing the fishery. The bluefin tuna population is booming.
How long has it been since you guys had bluefin out here? It's been the past few years. Every year
6-7 years, Ricky, something like that. Yeah, it's been good, and it gets better every year. Is the thing.
And a lot of it's got to be because of the
they reduced the
Mexican
numbers.
netters.
Yeah.
But they stopped Mexico from fishing all year.
Right.
Exactly. And so they have a quota of all these pen guys. Right. They were done with their quota in 12 days this year. Yeah. In January. They were finished.
Years back, they still fish. They fish
and they'd be right next to the sport guys in June, like right now. Yeah. So, and they're also not canning, too, which is that's a huge thing. So the volume of fish, from a management standpoint, it's been well managed and it's working.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
And that's just an example that no matter how bad a fishery gets beat up, in this country we have so many success stories. Right. So it's always important to remember fish stocks are resilient. They will rebound. It does take time in some cases, but we've proven over and over again once you do have good management in place for both recreational and commercial. It's a double-edged sword. No group can operate unfettered. You know what I mean?
Right.
The idea that recreational doesn't have an impact in this country is absurd. How many recreational anglers do we have, right?
Yeah.
And even if you have a million guys and they all say, my one fish doesn't matter, that's still a million dead fish at the end of the year. So, we all realize that now.
A million dead spawning fish.
Yeah.
But collectively, I think in this country, again, we've had a complicated process with our federal government leading the way for us as fishermen. Yeah. But ultimately, it works, is the point.
Yes. Right. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not all doom and gloom. I like to bring the positive. I like to highlight the positive. And, then people, the next step is they go down the road, well, it's other countries. And that's true. But because of the U.S., now you look at, just like we talked about
There's
Mexico.
Pressures on other countries.
They follow our lead. So internationally, we're setting an example. And I believe, honestly, that internationally things are getting better as well because of some of the examples we set in this country.
No question. U.S. is the leader in conservation, for sure.
For sure. Yeah. Let's talk about the new boat, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty exciting, huh?
It is.
Are you jealous, Dave? Of course, you have a new boat, too.
Well, new is a relative term for me, right? The Hebert was built in 1984. Yeah. My new boat, the Falcon, was built in 1986.
Okay.
Right? So, look, I'm an older... I like the old boats. I get them and fix them up.
Fix them
right?
up.
Yeah. That's my thing.
Me too.
Right. Look, I'm doing this for my retirement. I know one thing for sure: if I get enough money out of all this to retire, I ain't gonna blow it on a boat. I was looking for the beep button. I didn't see it.
But Paul did. Is it worth the investment?
Well, my boat was really small. It was killing me.
Yeah.
Because I was keeping up with all these guys in a 30-foot boat. They all have 40-foot boats and 15 feet wide. Mine
you
was
go out
10
in the
feet
weather and it's like you're getting your butt killed.
I was getting killed. So my new boat is going to be my retirement.
Yeah. And how big is the new boat?
It's 40 by 15.
Wow.
And it does 25 knots.
No, really?
It does.
Single screw?
It's single screw.
25
Volvo,
knots?
625.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Super comfortable?
Crazy comfortable.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The change of life. And you added a deckhand, too.
I did. I have Dougie as a deckhand, and he's phenomenal.
Yeah. So,
there's so much room on the boat. And when we take charters, there's so much room on this boat.
Yeah.
We just got all new cushions put on the boat.
Yeah.
New satellite
What
TV.
happened to the old boat?
I sold that.
Sold it, yeah.
I pulled into the slip last year when the auction started.
That's cool.
The last day of filming, it was game over for that boat.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, she's been really good to me. That boat was really, really good to me.
But and you called the boat the same name, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the same color. I didn't want to confuse you guys.
No, yeah.
Hey, but I noticed too, I saw the guy posted it. So the new owner called the boat, what's it, Real Pissing now instead of Wicked Pissing?
Yeah, Real.
That was part of the deal. He couldn't.
Yeah.
Real.
I thought
Real
that was
Pissing.
funny when I saw that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. Boy, we've just scratched the surface of these great guys.
No doubt. So much fun stuff to cover, so much great talk. Friends of Rollo, all the great fishing going on here at home, all the great fishing going on for these guys on the other side of the coast. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'd love to hear from you this morning. If you want to join us here on Let's Talk Hookup, give us a call at 213-432-1090. Again, 213-432-1090. That's how you reach us here on Let's Talk Hookup. Or text the show. We've got that great text the show option now. It's only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download on your Android or your iPhone. Just search Let's Talk Hookup, fire off that app, and you'll see right away text the show, and we'll be reading a bunch. And we've already got several texts this morning, and I'm sure it's going to be a busy one. And boy, not only are we taking the time to have a lot of fun with the boys from Wicked Tuna in the studio, we are also giving away a killer prize today in honor of National Sunglasses Day,
That's right.
which today is. To celebrate, we're giving away a brand new pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, and this is a really cool prize, which we've done a couple of times before. Not only are you going to get a pair of Maui Jims, which undoubtedly the nicest pair of glasses in the water, instead of getting a nice pair of glasses, you're going to get a gift card that's good for any non-prescription pair of Maui Jims they make. It doesn't matter the cost, the style, the color, whatever you want. You want readers, you want non-readers, you want mirrored lenses.
You use the My Maui, customize them.
You're going to go online and be able
Stingrays,
to pick,
baby.
You're going to be able to pick out whatever you want.
Paul, that's your favorite,
That's
the
my
Stingray?
favorite.
You're a big Maui Jim supporter.
Oh, yeah, the amber lens. Yeah. I've been wearing Maui
Amber
Jims for
Stingrays, huh? That's your style?
Harold's playing with them right now.
Now, do you put readers in them?
I do have
so you can
a
use the
few
My
sets.
Maui. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's so great, isn't it?
It's amazing because I can't crimp anything. I got so used to putting readers on, and so I got the readers right in the glasses, and it's absolutely a game changer.
Yeah. Once you go with Maui Jim, it's just you just
There's
never
no
go back.
comparison. I've worn every sunglass known to man, every kind.
Yeah.
I even had a pair of sunglasses from an old tuna spotter pilot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lucky
So
ones.
I told him to wear mine.
Yeah. And then he said, I can actually see now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just clearer.
It's a total game changer.
It's a great pair, and you're going to get a shot at winning that again. If you want to get through, give us a call, 213-432-1090. When we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, reading those texts, lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090.
Seakeeper, the leader in marine stabilization, has launched its newest, smallest, and most radically different model, the Seakeeper 1. Now, for the first time, stabilization is available for boats as small as 23 feet. The Seakeeper 1 is designed to eliminate up to 95% of boat roll on vessels 23 to 30 feet. With a fresh new look, the Seakeeper 1 has a compact flush mount installation and runs on 12-volt battery power. Installation is a breeze. It can fit under almost any seat. Now your skiff can enjoy the comfort and enjoyment that only a Seakeeper-equipped boat can provide. Check out the Seakeeper demo boat at upcoming shows and arrange a free test drive. Seakeeper has changed the lives of many Southern California anglers, including Pete Gray, and will allow you to stay on the fishing grounds when others need to head back to port. Visit seakeeper.com/take-a-ride to arrange a demo. Eliminate up to 95% of boat roll on your trailer boat. Seakeeper. Once you feel it, you'll never boat without it.
Dana Landing in Mission Bay is truly the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Come see our expert fishing staff for just about anything you need for a great day of on-the-water fun. Looking for a fishing charter? Dana Landing has you covered with the Blackjack, perfect for up to 4 anglers, or the Impulse with up to 6. Dana Landing has a huge selection with everything you need to catch small bay bass or giant tuna. We will be sure to set you up with the right gear. We even offer reel repair and Mexican and California fishing licenses. Don't forget the amazing deli at Dana Landing with all the food, ice, and beverages you need to complete your day. Need freshwater tackle? Head to East County Bait and Tackle with all the finest rods and reels, the hottest freshwater lures, and live bait. ECBT has an amazing staff who love to share their passion for fishing. East County Bait and Tackle is located at the end of the 67 freeway on Main Street in Lakeside, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Launch Ramp on San Diego's Mission Bay. Check out danalanding.com for more details.
There are plenty of boat slips and marinas in San Diego, but there's only one Kona Kai. It's not just a place to park your boat. It's a way of life here in America's finest city. The Kona Kai Resort Spa and Marina has multiple swimming pools and a private beach, waterfront restaurants, and an award-winning spa, most of which is included for marina tenants. Check resortkonakai.com for more information. The Kona Kai Resort, much more than just a place to park your boat.
It's hot. Time to get to that lake, river, or beach you love. Just remember, COVID is still with us, so plan ahead. Follow local public health guidelines and make sure everyone wears a life jacket. Life jackets save lives. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here with the boys this morning, talking fishing, and we're looking forward to talk to you. Phones are already packed up. Going to be a very busy morning. But again, if you want to get through, 213-432-1090, or shoot us a text on that Let's Talk Hookup app.
Yeah, easy to shoot the text to her. So let's, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into those phones, because I know these guys are big fans and want to talk to Dave and Paul.
Absolutely. Why don't we start it off this morning with Glenn? He's calling us from Fallbrook. Glenn, good morning. Thanks for getting us started here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, Dave, Paul, Rick, Pete, Harold. How are you guys doing this morning?
Great.
Good morning, Glenn.
Good morning.
Hey, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody tonight at Captain's reception. Hopefully we generate a lot of money for the Captain Rollo's kids at sea. Can't believe it's already our 6th annual Tuna Wars here, and can't wait to get out on that Liberty, Paul, with you tonight. But what I want to do is I want to thank everybody out there that volunteers for this event, and wanted to give a special thank you to my long-range buddy, Tom Nordstrom, and the Nordstrom Foundation. Tom, the owner of Nordstrom Woodworking in Santa Fe, New Mexico, for the 2nd year has donated $10,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so I hope everyone out there just, can do something, and every little bit helps. And Harold, how many kids have we put out there fishing? Is it over 200,000 now?
No, we're still under 200,000, and I think we're probably, because of the COVID, we fell off quite a bit last year, but we're somewhere over 140,000 right now. And the bookings for this year are really going through the roof, so we'll have some good numbers by the time the season is over.
Yeah, we have to make up for COVID, but still taking a lot of kids fishing.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you got to make up for COVID, but the biggest thing was we weren't able to get kids on the water.
Yeah.
And we weren't able to raise money to get kids on the water.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, and we're very grateful. And tonight, I got to tell you, speaking of tonight, it's going to be quite the event. Mike Lum and Tim Baker have been working diligently, as you guys know, collecting amazing gifts and prizes and silent auction items and live auction items and the food that's going to be there tonight. The people are. It's isn't it fun just hanging out at Dana Landing, and such a great setting there, right on the water, and meeting a lot of your fans here in Southern California.
When this whole thing started, when Mike Battistoni and I started this thing, I never imagined my wildest dreams it would get this big, this quick.
Yeah.
So thanks to all the people that come out on the boat, especially starting this off, because a lot of people that come out are pretty much the same people year after year.
Yeah.
So thanks to all of them for doing this for the kids.
Yeah, for sure. It's great. And you guys too. And I know you did a Wounded Warrior program too, and you guys were involved with Wounded Warriors, taking Wounded Warriors out. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
We actually, Dave and I are pretty much on the same road with taking those guys out.
Yeah.
You know?
And giving it back, man.
Yeah,
that's what you guys are doing.
We do that. You know?
No, it's really great. Yeah, well, hey, we'll see you tonight, and we sure appreciate you supporting Rollo. And, we thank everybody for doing what they do for the event. And, again, if you want to join us tonight, the event is at Dana Landing in Mission Bay. It's 4 to 7 p.m., and their tickets are $30. $30. You get the food and drink. You get to meet these guys and hang out with them for a few hours and have a chance to win some great prizes.
Yeah, maybe win a killer raffle, maybe win a killer auction.
Yeah.
The key word is drink.
Yeah, drink. Yeah. There's going to be some great beer.
We're on vacation.
And wine and stuff. Yeah, that's right. You guys are on vacation, but you're going to have a lot of fun. And so if you want tickets, there may be tickets at the door. There were only, as of yesterday, there were only like 50 tickets left. I don't know what the count is today. But the best thing to do is just go to Captain Rollo Rollos with a plural, CaptainRollos.org, and purchase your tickets online. You can do it right on that website. If you show up tonight at the door, maybe we can get you in. Maybe not, right? We'll see. We're kind of limited on capacity to a couple hundred people. So
maybe I usually have to go outside to have a cigarette. So if you're hanging around anyway, I'll wander out and say hello.
Say hello anyway.
I'm having a smoke.
Dave and I are usually wandering in the back.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. All right. Hey, great text here. Mike from Torrance is asking Dave and Paul, are there any techniques this is through the Let's Talk Hookup app on our text here. Are there any techniques we use in San Diego that you guys think of using in your fishery, like flat fall jigs or something like that? That's been hugely successful here for the big fish.
We used to, when we were giant fishing down off of Cape Cod, we used to use the silver jigs for jigging, for tuna. And I see you guys have the same thing. But we don't usually go for the smaller fish. This is a big deal for us, too, coming out here, relaxing, catching these fish.
Yeah,
it's a big deal for us.
Yeah, fun.
Very relaxing.
Yeah. So and the sport, you guys don't have anything like the sport fishing boats we have here, right?
No. It's totally different. We do charters ourselves. We have a potty boat fleet, and it's not nearly as large as what you have over here.
Yeah.
Now, part of that too is we have 4 months in the summertime. That's our summer season over there in New England. It's not a year-round thing.
Yeah.
Nobody's going when it's 4 feet of snow on the ground.
And it's like 12 degrees out.
Minus 5 out, and you're, it's hard to go out commercial fishing in that when, your snots are freezing to your mustache.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You get snotsicles going all winter.
Well, there's pros and cons to that, too. We also get a chance to catch a 1,000-pounder.
Right.
In the winter?
No, in the summertime.
In the summertime, yeah.
But we get a short
season.
We
don't have any of those stuff. I don't know that you could land a 1,000-pounder right here if you hooked one just because of the deep water, right?
Yeah, well, the 50. Well, we do it in Carolina.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Carolina.
Okay. Oh,
deep,
that's
1,500 feet.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I will say I've experimented more with braid. Before I came out here and started fishing on the West Coast, I never really fished with braid much. Certainly not in the context of how it's done here. So that was, the best part for me and my wife, Nancy, was my wife, Nancy, loves to fish. So when we come out and do this event, it was a great opportunity. We hooked up with Ben Seacrest from Accurate Reels. Chad from Hookup Baits took us out fishing. And there's always so many people, I can't even remember them all, who invite us out to go do a little of this West Coast style fishing.
Yeah.
And for me, that's been cool. And I mean all of it. Like Nancy and I have fun going in the bay and catching spots with the light line. Those are fisheries we don't have back home. So for me, that part of it coming out here is like starting to fish all over again because it's all new. It's all a new experience. The calico fishing, we like that. My personal favorite is when we get on those yellowtails with the irons.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love that. I could toss an iron for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
and everybody knows if you do it, you're waiting for that thump for that rod to load up, right? I mean, that's good stuff. So, but I have experimented more with braid, and in particular, like this year I got really serious. I got a couple of stand-up rods built, and with Accurate Reels, they hooked me up with the right reels. And you don't see us do much stand-up fishing on the show, but this year we're really going to apply more because I think it's going to be our edge. Right now, mind you, though, right?
Use some techniques, different techniques.
No, right?
Not anymore, because I'm going to get some stand-up.
Don't be giving out the secrets there. Yeah.
Now, remember though, my technique is pretty rough. I'll admit, we're used to leaving it in the holder.
Right.
So you may see some good things, and you also may see some epic fails. So remember, all the critics out there too. We're doing it. We might make some mistakes, and we've done it in the past. We've dubbed around in the past, but like we had a rail rod built and I used it. We caught a 450-pound fish with it.
The rail works, right?
Right. But then I realized the hard merch rails are only 36 inches off the deck, right?
Yeah.
It's different when the rail only comes up to your kneecaps. It doesn't work the same as these boats.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to get down and get the kneecaps.
That darn near killed us. We caught that 450-pounder with it, And the first thing we all said is, take that thing off the boat. So, I don't get crazy again.
I was talking to Dave, and we were talking about different fishing techniques, and he had just been out on the Royal Polaris. I said, "Oh, you fish with Roy?" He goes, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Did you learn anything?" He goes, "Yeah, I did." I said, "What was it?" He says, "You don't walk away from each other when you're hooked up. You walk together and you put the tips together."
Yeah.
Said, "Man, we've lost a lot of fish trying to jerk them away from each other."
No, that was for me. That was a good thing. You're right.
Those guys are masters at tangling.
Exactly.
They have to be.
Right. And for us, the way we fish, not that it never happens, but we don't deal with a lot of multiple hookup. We try not to, right? Because it's a lot harder. But at least now when we do, that's definitely one of the techniques is learning to deal with multiple fish. Without a doubt, I learned a lot fishing on the Royal Polaris, as well as some tricks with the kites that you might see here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The kite thing, which was a big thing in the East Coast, is kind of big on here, and now you got some new ideas from the kite fishing, right? Yeah. We're gonna have to get you on a long trip, Paul.
I would see the trolling out here. I know you guys; they go real fast. They do it in Carolina.
I don't know. 10 days in a boat with Paul. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Ricky and I
just sleeping. I can do it.
I'm
Paul.
older now.
Ricky and I just got a text from Steve Pinard, fish of 175 pounds they caught on a cedar plug trolling yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, bluefin. Yeah,
that's old school as you get those.
But I think it's only if he had Ben on board.
Is that what it is? He had Ben on board.
Yeah, Ben made it happen.
They ever try trolling ballyhoo out here?
Yeah,
it's big in Baja. Yeah, down in Baja. Yeah, well, speaking of Baja, let's go down to Baja right now. John Ireland from Rancho Leonero is on the line. Buenos dias, John.
Yeah, nice transition.
I like that, huh?
Good morning, John.
Did we lose John? I guess we lost John. So we'll hopefully get John back.
Weren't we going to get a trip with him?
Yeah, you were supposed to come down to Rancho Leonero, Mike.
We were trying to get this charter thing going.
And so we'll have to.
It fell through.
Do we have him now? Yeah, we need to get Paul down. We were just talking. We need to get Paul down to Rancho Leonero soon.
Good morning, John.
I've been bugging.
I think Dave
Paul.
would like it too.
I've been bugging Paul for years now to come on down.
Yes.
I think Nancy.
Good fishing, you guys. Good fishing.
Exactly. Yeah. She loves that stuff.
Yeah. Well, the water bumped up to 86 degrees right now, and about full 5 degrees in 1 week. It really bumped up. It's been flat and clear water for sure. And really, really good fishing. This is our 7th straight week of limits of yellowfin for everybody. Same deal as during our tournament.
Crazy.
Same deal. Spread pods of spinner porpoise holding yellowfin from footballs to about 60 pounds, 5 to 30 miles off. Everybody's limited that are going out after them. They're literally biting everything. They're biting sardine, cedar plugs, poochies, you name it. They're going for it. Really, really good fishing. Everybody's limited, and they're limited early. Normally everybody's got limited up by 11 o'clock, and then they're rolling back inside, closer to the shore. And gosh, there's lots of striped marlin around, just bunches of them. We had one boat that limited on tuna, by about 11, rolled inside, and then released 5 striped marlin. Believe it or not, it's all in one day, huh? Not a bad day of fishing for sure. There's loads of them around there. The striped marlin are loving the ballyhoo. They're hitting the lures, but they like the tide ballyhoo. That's working really well. Dorado is finally showing up in pretty good numbers. We got schooling fish, 5 to 20 pounds, and they're closer inside around any structures and all that. Quite a few around. We're getting good bait. We're getting that good big sardine, which really helps. And we're picking up 1 or 2 big bulls a day, in the 40 to 50-pound range. Some nice big Dorado. Lots of rooster fish, very light pressure. 50-pounders are common. There's gobs and gobs of rooster fish rolling up and down these beaches. Light pressure.
That's my bucket list right there, catching those rooster fish.
Catching roosters, yeah. We got to get you down there, Dave, because this is the rooster fish capital of the world.
Right.
And catch one on the beach. Just standing on the beach, you can catch one.
85-degree water.
That's what me and the wife want to do.
That's really cool.
That's our goal.
Well, we know the place, right, John?
The water's turquoise.
Yeah, I got the place for it. And they're sure around. I'll tell you what, they are abundant right now. There's a lot of them cruising up and down the beach. And like I say, real light pressure because everybody's out banging on the yellowfin outside. So it's very, very little pressure, and they're they're biting the big sardine like crazy. Lots of them around. We were out the other day, and I honestly spotted probably 60 or 70 that were over 50 pounds, rolling along in the boat there.
Wow.
They were the picky biters. We released 2 out of all of those, but gosh, there's a lot of them around right now. It's good fishing.
That's great. Well, if somebody wants to come down there, catch a rooster fish, a tuna, a dorado, marlin, it's time. Get down to Rancho La Nera. How do we get a hold of you, John?
Thanks, Pedro. 800-646-2252 or rancholanero.com. So, yeah. And Paul and Dave, come on down anytime. On me, you guys.
Would love to. I mean,
there you go. Your open invitation.
Our season, goes right into November. So,
okay.
Spend Christmas down there?
Yeah, wouldn't be bad. It's not the prime season, but you catch some fish and have some fun. Yeah. Hey, John, thanks a lot for that. Sure appreciate it, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
You sure will. Nice talking to you guys. Talk to you soon.
All right.
You too, John.
All right, well, hey, when we come back, we are going to find out what's going on down at Cedros. We got a whole lot more fishing coming your way. Lots of great info. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on that Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090.
One of the dream trips for most anglers is Alaska. There are so many lodges. How do you make a choice? It's easy. Choose the one most Let's Talk Hookup listeners return to time after time. Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, and the finest charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. One visit and you will understand why nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. Sitka is famous for some of the best runs of salmon in Alaska. And if giant Alaskan halibut is your target, the expert captains at Kingfisher Charters know the hot spots and can put you on a fish of a lifetime. Plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod are there too. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. It's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except tips. It is truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
This is Captain Art Taylor of Searcher Sport Fishing. Celia and I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping celebrate Searcher's 50th anniversary. Our 2021 schedule is available now with more limited load trips. The Searcher has a great crew, fantastic food, a family atmosphere to make your fishing adventure complete. Book your trip online at searchersportfishing.com. That's searchersportfishing.com. Or call Celia at 619-226-2403.
Okay, it's time to talk about a great spot where the fish are always biting, and that's Point Loma Seafoods right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma. It's pretty awesome over there, and this time of the year, the array of fish that they have, amazing.
This is the heyday. This is the right time because everything's available to those guys, from the fresh catch locally to all the fresh fish that they bring in from Alaska. The smoked case was just amazing looking this week. We have the luxury of being at Fisherman's End. We do Point Loma Seafoods once a week on the minimum. It's our favorite.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And you know what? What a great place to work. And they're hiring right now.
Yeah.
Starting rates $15 an hour, and then they have benefits and everything like that. There's people that make a career at Point Loma Seafood, so it's such a great place to work. And if you're just let's say you're an older person, if you're retired and you want a part-time job,
totally.
4 hours a day for a few days a week, they love to hire you at Point Loma Seafood. So,
it's a great family, a great operation. Everybody there is so friendly and happy, and it's a rad spot and a rad opportunity.
Yeah. So if you want to be around fish all the time and be around some great people over at Point Loma Seafoods, go check them out. PointLomaSeafoods.com. You can apply online, and maybe we'll see you there at the counter at Point Loma Seafoods, which is right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma.
Hey, this is Rosie with Cedros Sport Fishing, and now also La Bacana Sport Fishing. From world-class yellowtail and calicos at Cedros to grouper and estuary fishing at La Bacana. Our Cedros Lodge is nestled on the cliff's edge, and the bungalows at La Bacana are within steps to the Pacific Ocean. Both trips depart through the CBX in San Diego, and the flights are direct. 2 awesome destinations with the same great service. What are you waiting for? Call me at 619-772-7570 or check us out at CedrosSportFishing.com. Book soon. Trips are going fast.
It's time for the Power Pro 30-second seminar. I like catching big fish, and I like smaller reels too. How do I make sure that I have the capacity to land the big one? I fill my reels with Power Pro Max Quattro. It's 25% thinner than standard Power Pro, so you get more line on that small reel. Power Pro has a complete series of highly effective lines, including the brand new Power Pro Depth Hunter Offshore with different colors every 100 feet. Perfect for flatfall fishing. Want to learn more? Check PowerPro.com. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, talking all kinds of great fishing. So much cool stuff to cover right now. This has just been a blast.
All right, let's find out what's biting.
All right, it's time for our Catch Report today. The Catch Report sponsored in part by Gamakatsu Nautilus Hooks. Hey, they've been the top choice for tuna fishermen from the Nautilus Light, the regular Nautilus, and that brand new Nautilus HD. They've got the ability to choose the right size circle hooks when the time is critical, which is never more important than right now. We have a very unique situation going on with this fishery right now that every trip has access from bluefins from 20 pounds to 220 pounds, and being able to use finesse light wire hooks or the heavy Nautilus HD when those big ones are around is the factor. Stock up on Gamakatsu Nautilus circle hooks at selected tackle stores. Let's start off our Catch Report up at Dana Ward Sport Fishing. Talk to the man, Captain Brian Woolley's on the line. What's up, Woolley?
Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going this morning?
We're doing great, buddy. Anxious to hear what's going on at Dana Wharf.
Good. Well, hey, our water warmed up a bit from last week. 66 degrees is what we saw it at yesterday with that sunshine on it,
nice,
which was pretty good. The bass fishing was a bit tricky, though, at the beginning of the week. We had that after effects of that swell that hammered the beach, so we had a lot of murked up water, some cool temps and stuff like that at the beginning of the week, but that straightened itself out pretty good as we worked through our week. And with that improvement, the bass kind of, followed suit right there with it in the half-day zones. Fly-lined anchovies and sardines. I mean, it's hard to beat the live bait. We got that awesome live bait right now. That bit really well. Guys throwing the artificial stuff, too, like the jerk baits, the Lucky Crafts or those salt minnows. Those guys have been doing really well with that stuff. Just cast after cast, catching some fish. We've seen some real nice sheephead and a few barracuda in our counts as well. Also, a couple sea bass in our counts this week, ranging in size from small, just barely legal fish, and we had one solid one yesterday, the current six-pack boat there out of our landing. 62 pounds on a live mackerel. It was a nice one. Very nice fish. You could see Dana Point Harbor off one side of the boat and the San Clemente Pier off the other side of the boat, so they weren't very far from home when they caught that one.
How fun.
So 3/4 day fishing, 2 right now, pretty much the same as that half-day stuff. At the beginning of the week, when the water was off, we did have to fish out deep. We caught some real nice sculpin out in that deeper water, so we sent our fishermen home with some nice fillet bags with taco meat. And then, the bass is back on the menu there now with the 3/4 day stuff. Same deal, fly line live baits, plenty of good healthy kelp down in that little zone there where we've been fishing, like off Las Pulgas there on Camp Pendleton, that little stretch yellowtail kelp, barn kelp's been pretty good too. The Fury, he's been over at Clemente or doing his fishing out there. He had a 2-day trip. At the beginning of the week, I think they had almost 80 yellows on that trip, on that 2-day trip with big fish pushing almost 40 pounds.
Sweet.
Yeah, some whopper fish. That stuff was on the dropper loop sardines and the yo-yo iron. Like I said, that fish the best. And then
he wishes he was on that trip. Get the yellows, right?
Some solid yellowtail fishing too, and then over at Clemente there, like I said, plenty of good bonito fishing, bass, and all that kind of stuff. Kind of round out his counts there as well. So things are hitting. We're just looking forward. We just need the sunshine. We need the consistent sunshine. I think we'll see things settle in here real good. So guys want to hop on a trip? Call the landing. Our phone number here 949-496-5794. Of course, you can check us out on the web too at danawolf.com.
Right on, Willie. Great report as always. Glad to hear the weather is shaped up and the water temps have kicked back up and the bass are biting, man. Great report as always, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, thanks, fellas. We'll talk to you. See ya.
Thanks, Willie. Appreciate that.
Now let's head to Cedros Island, and Jeff Flowers from Cedros Sport Fishing is on the line. Good morning, Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Hey, doing great. How's the fishing at Cedros?
It's over the top right now. It's amazing what's going on. I don't know if it's because they had a respite for a year or if it's just getting better and better. We've had some very large fish caught this last week. I think the biggest fish, Rosie was telling me earlier, was 48 pounds on the yellowtail. So, Dave, if you like pulling on them, they're biting the iron. So it's just been phenomenal fishing down there. Calicos are up, they're boiling, and if you haven't ever seen calicos poking around at when the tide changes, it's an amazing sight just to see those big brown tails flopping around in the water. So They're eating everything. So when you're going down there now, we're just telling people, if you want to bring plastics, that's fine. But the medium-sized jigs you like to fish the yellow up here with, your tatties, your salises, or whatever jigs you want to use, it's a kind of a free-for-all because the bass are big enough to eat in the jig. 7X size are a little larger in the yellows. And some of the guys have been yo-yoing a little bit just to see what they can pick up, and they're catching a white sea bass. And once in a while, you get those Pacific grouper. So it's just going off. And something kind of new this year for us down there is Javier, one of our captains, has been out actually getting squid. So we've got a freezer full of baggies of squid that's frozen for people who want to try that. And that seems to be working well as well down there, catching some of the stuff on the bottom. And it's just a great fishery right now.
Man, that's awesome. Well, Jeff, certainly sounds like great, and boy, the quality of both the bass and the yellowtail sounds awesome. And like you said, whether it's a year of rest or just the fact that Cedros is a place that kicks out that great fish, and who cares what the reason is? All we know is they're biting.
Oh yeah, and the kelps come back quite a bit too. Javier's been sending some pictures, and it's changing down there. It's changing for the better, for sure.
Awesome. Well, I love to hear it. Certainly great stuff going on. Glad things are going so hot. And if somebody wanted to take advantage, I know you guys were super busy this year. But are there any opportunities to come fishing at Cedros Island with Cedros Sport Fishing this year?
Yes. Rosie's got a waiting list. There's I think a handful of trips that have 1 or 2 spots left. But people come and go. People like to get on the list, and then life gets in the way periodically. So if you're thinking about it, get off the dime and get on the list, because that's the only way you're going to get down there right now is just give her a call. So also check out her Facebook page at Cedros Sport Fishing. She posted some stuff that was pretty cool. One of our smaller anglers, 9-year-old boy, came out with his family, and it's a pretty cool video. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but check it out. You can also reach her at cedrossportfishing.com, or you can give her a call directly on the phone at 619-772-7570, and we'll get you taken care of.
You're the man, Jeff. Great job, great report, and we'll look forward to talking to you again real soon here next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tonight for sure. We're going to be down there.
Oh, great.
Look
all
forward
right.
to it, buddy.
You and Rosie both?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Great.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
We'll see you at the captain's reception.
Yep, like I said last week, for $30 for food, and you get your picture taken with everybody, especially you, Pedro, Richie, Dave, Paul. $30, really? I mean, come on.
No doubt.
No brainer.
Let's sell the rest of those tickets.
Yeah,
see you, Jeff. Good job, buddy.
See you tonight.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, let's continue with our catch report. Find out what's going on in the surf. Our surf fishing guru, Gundy Gunderson, is on the line this morning. What's up, Gundy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're doing great, buddy. Anxious to hear the same. How's the things going in the surf?
I'm telling you, we're pumping on all cylinders, as they say.
I like it.
Everything looking good. A lot of species in the catch. Another week of big spot fin catches. Lots of yellowfin croaker. I mean, tons of yellowfin croaker. Corbina on the beaches in big numbers. Halibut catches, calico bass catches in the rocks. We had legal sea bass this week.
Jeez.
And some leopard sharks, some nice-sized leopard sharks. Like I said, real good conditions, some strong full moon tides. We had a grunion run this weekend. The warm water, we're up in the upper 60s now, and good weather. It all came together. Hook, line, sinker reported good halibut fishing. Summerland and Santa Claus Lane was a hot spot there. The swell was down, so they're fishing with some swim baits. One of the shop regulars there had a 24 and a 26-inch fish on a glow bug colored swim bait. Wiley's reported good catches of calico bass, and this was the case up and down the coast. The reefs are really jugged right now with fish. One angler took 3 fish to 4 pounds on cut squid. Another one took 4 fish to 3 pounds on swim baits. A couple legal-sized white sea bass were also taken. We've talked about that county line area, and it kicked out another legal fish. And still some thresher sharks there on the pier. The guys are hooking them on the mackerel. Just Fishing reported good Corbina catches along Torrance Beach there. Sand crabs have been a top bait on fish to 3.5 pounds. A 32-pound leopard shark was landed there at Dockweiler Beach. Big Fish reported a good croaker bite off Huntington Cliffs. The long rodders are getting them. Fishing bloodworms, or fresh mussel. Single, double dropper loop rigs are the ticket there. 2 to 3 pound fish, a nice mix of yellowfin and spotfin. Lots of Corvina too showing along Bolsa Chica Inlet, Sunset Beach, all along that stretch there. Dana Point, Hogan's reported lots of halibut there, in Capo Bay. 18 to 25-inch fish is the bulk of it, but they did have a 30-inch fish checked into the shop. So they're basically saying if you put in your time, you're going to get your legal fish. 3 or 4 fish, one's going to be legal. Crocodiles have been hot. And they're talking about the bait concentrations. If you see signs of picking birds or anything like that, that's where you want to whip out that crocodile. A 35-inch white sea bass was taken below cottons on a grunion pattern swim bait. And then finally, Pacific Coast, we've been talking about those big croaker down there, Pete. They posted a 7-pound, 9-ounce croaker for their derby this week. A 7.5 and a 7.3. The same gentleman had a 7.5, a 7.3, and that 7.9. I would say he knows about a honey hole. I understand the fish were taken off Wisconsin there on the long rod. And then another angler had a 21-pound halibut to go with 3 legal white sea bass fishing a swim bait off Terramar, So this is a scenario when you find these bait concentrations. You see the birds picking and stuff. You might not see fish breaking the surface, but you fish that bait, and boy, you'd be surprised as to who's there. You know what I mean?
On it, yeah. Hey, Gundy, great report, very complete as always. It's summertime. It's time to get to the beach, and we sure appreciate what you're doing. And we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Love doing it, guys. Have a nice week.
All right. Thanks, Gundy. That's fun. Hey, well, the phone lines are packed up, and we're going to find out what's going on out there. Let's jump back into the phones and talk to Hills. Hills calling us from Ventura. Good morning, Hills. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Ooh, good morning, guys.
Hills.
Yo, Hills. What's up, buddy? Good morning.
Hey, Ventura enjoys Davis boats. I know that. I've fished on a couple, but Davis boats, man, are they gorgeous. That's his legacy.
It's a machine.
And I got a question for Paul and a question for Dave. I was going to ask Dave, have the cod, those Atlantic cod, because you were talking about fish stocks can come back, and I know they've been managing that cod. Are there more cod again now? And then for Paul,
oh yeah. Listen, according to the newspaper, we have issues with cod. But out there on the fishing grounds, we've seen more cod than I've seen in 30 years. The problem is since we moved to a hard quota system, right, for when it all started, they moved the commercial fishery to hard quotas first. It's probably about 15 years ago now. During that time period, in our category as recreational fishermen, which includes myself when I put my charter captain's hat on and I put my gill nets away, for 5 years in a row, we overfished our recreational allocation of cod by about 300%. So we're at 0 cod possession limit because of that. Because the way a quota system works, it's a hard quota now. And if you overfish the quota, you've kind of got to pay back the deficit.
Oh.
The problem we're having now is after 5 years at 0 possession limit in the cod fishery, with the amount of cod that's out there, even with, and when we release them and we use circle hooks, they have an assumed dead discard rate. And that's about 15%. That's the number that the government uses. They have to use a number. You may or may not agree with it, but that's the number that's used. And so out of all the cod landings we have that are released, they assume about 15% don't survive. Mm-hmm. Now, with the way the quotas work, though, we're catching so much cod. Every year we exceed our quota or come close to it with just that, right? Having not landed any, but just that assumed dead discards comes close or over our actual allocation for the year. So we're in this kind of death spiral, if you will, with the fishery. But that being said, every year when they do the assessment, the cod stock shows improvement. And I think in just another year or two, we'll finally have the stock at a desirable level where, we'll be able to land some more of the cod. And it's real simple. Look, haddock, for instance. When I was a kid, when I started out scrubbing bait cups on the potty boats back home, we would fish all summer and we caught lots of cod, but you would see 3 or 4 haddock a year, right? And then now I run my business off that thriving haddock fishery.
Wow.
That when I was a kid, the old guys said, "Oh, that fishery's never coming back," and they told me stories
look
about
at what happened.
Right. And now, since 2006, haddock has been considered a fully rebuilt resource.
Fantastic.
Which has happened to be at the same time where cod were recorded at their lowest levels ever recorded.
Yeah.
So what you had is a phenomenon. Now, the reason it's important is cod and haddock are very similar in the way where they live, the habitat they live on, the food they live on. And then in 2008, 9, and 10, the haddock resource was recorded at higher levels than you ever recorded before. So you've got a cod stock that's low and we're trying to rebuild. Now you've got this massive biomass of haddock, which had an impact, we think. And again, this isn't science. This is Dave the fisherman's opinion. I'll be the first to admit that. But that had an impact on, why didn't the cod come back as fast as the haddock did?
Sure.
Well, because the haddock were at such a level, they were competing for the same habitat, the same spawning resources, right? So it's kind of slowed down that cod rebuilding. But I think the biomasses are evening out now. That's
great.
Again,
Good
that's
news.
not science. That's Dave's opinion from what I see in the water every day.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call.
When we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More phone calls, more catch reports, more great information. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090.
If you're looking for a high-quality cocktail that's also easy to enjoy on your next fishing trip, check out Cutwater Spirits' lineup of canned cocktails. Cutwater's master distiller and co-founder, Yusuf Cherney, is a hardcore fisherman. In fact, he developed Cutwater with all his favorite adventures in mind. Yusuf takes Cutwater's award-winning spirits, uses them to make real cocktails, and then puts them into cans so you can take them anywhere. It's like they were made for fishing because they were actually made for fishing. Check out their popular canned margarita made with real tequila, the zesty vodka mule, or the spicy Bloody Mary, which has some serious bite. They also make super refreshing vodka sodas in grapefruit, lime, and cucumber flavors. Just crack the can and enjoy a bar-quality cocktail even when there's no bar in sight. Back at the dock or at your evening anchorage in Catalina, Cutwater cocktails are exactly what you need for your next fishing trip. You can check out all 18 of Cutwater's canned cocktails at cutwaterspirits.com and then look for them at your local liquor store. Then go ahead and set your cocktail free. Please enjoy responsibly.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
The ranch is small, it's very personal, very intimate. I don't think there's anywhere else that you could have the old Baja feel and have all those miles of beachfront, the palapa roofs and the stone walls. There's not a room that you don't have some kind of ocean view. You don't give up any amenities at the ranch. It's just very rustic. You know how when you cook outdoors it tastes better? Well, that's Rancho Leonero. It just tastes better. We have paddle boards, we've got kayaks, we've got snorkeling equipment, of course. We've got 12 super pongas. We have dive trips. We've got over 40 kayaks at the hotel. We've got all accurate equipment, very top of the line. And when the fishing's good, we'll freeze your fish, pack it all up, send it home with you. People love it. They'll come back 5-6 times a year. That's the highest accolade we can get. 1-800-646-2252, 646-BAJA. And RanchoLandAero.com. It's unique.
Your San Diego County Ford dealer knows that vehicles are not one size fits all, and they have a variety to choose from to suit your individual wants and needs. Looking for a truck to handle both work and play? The legendary F-150 has you covered with its military-grade aluminum alloy body and high-strength steel frame and smart technology, like the available Pro Trailer Backup Assist to help you back up your boat with the turn of a dial. Or do you need a vehicle that's ready for your next adventure? The Ford Ranger is standing by, so grab your gear and let's go. This adventure-ready truck has an available terrain management system that has 4 selectable drive modes depending on what terrain you're on for optimum performance. Is an SUV more your speed? No problem. Your San Diego County Ford dealers have those too. The 2020 Ford Explorer has been completely redesigned inside and out and has available third-row power-fold seats to easily accommodate more passengers or cargo and available twin-panel moonroof to let the outdoors in. Visit buyfordnow.com to learn more or visit your nearest San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Shimano has done it again. An amazing lever drag 2-speed reel at an affordable price. It's Speedmaster 2, the extremely durable, high-performance Speedmaster 2 with high maximum drag power and a smooth, ultra-wide range of drag adjustability is an absolute fish-fighting machine. Its rigid Hagani body prevents misalignment of moving parts under the heaviest loads. Plus, a spare drag cam is included for optimal use with monofilament lines. The Speedmaster is now available in 4 models, 12, 16, 20, and 25. This is the perfect reel for the angler looking for a powerful, lightweight, smooth casting reel for tuna or other powerful saltwater game fish at a more affordable price. Nothing in its class can match the Shimano Speedmaster 2, built to provide high-end performance and dependability in a compact, lightweight frame. Get the Shimano Speedmaster 2 lever drag reel at your local Shimano dealer. Check Shimano.com for all the details.
For quality, the Islander out of Fisherman's Landing is a favorite among anglers. But Islander Charter is much more than great fishing. They also do incredible Guadalupe white shark diving trips, as well as a schedule of kayak mothership trips. Check out Islander-Charters.com. The Islander is San Diego's leader when it comes to 1 1/2 to 5-day fishing. Experience the Islander difference. Visit Islander-Charters.com for all the details.